welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Chloe. I sell things online to earn a living. Today's video we're going to look at 20 recent eBay sales, and I'm going to put on I'm working out like the exact profit that I've made on each item, just to give you a little bit more of a realistic outlook on what you can actually make on items, rather than saying I picked this up for £5, I sold it for £20. It's like, well, what are you actually getting for that? Like, what profit are you actually making on that item, rather than obviously in your head it's like, oh, £15. It's not. That's not what it is. So we're going to work out actual profit on each item, like every 20. Well, I've already done it and I've written it all down ready to go. But I'm going to put it on the screen so that, just to be a little bit more transparent with people about what I'm actually earning on these items. This is not something I do very often, but I just thought I'd give it a go. Just thought I'd try out a little bit of a different style of sales video. I'm going to disappear into the corner somewhere and my sales are going to pop up on screen. Hopefully, if it works the way I want it to. I'm just going to have pictures up on screen and then I will be down in the corner. Right, so let's jump straight into it. Okay, the first item that we are going to look at is this pair of I might pronounce this wrong, so I apologise if I do. Ishiko. They are made by the same company that make Oshka, so like, I don't know, sister brands, something like that. And they were grey wide leg culottes, long shorts. I could have sold these for quite a bit more, to be fair. I had them up for £50 and I had quite a lot of interest. However, I paid £2 for them and they've gone for £35.50. I had back and forth offers with this person and I was like, realistically, when I listed them for £50, I was like, I'd be happy to get 40. So for the sake of a couple of pounds, I could have lost the sale. So I just ended up accepting their £35.50 because I could have lost that sale if I'd been really stubborn. So I decided to accept it. So like I said, I paid £2. They went for £35.50. The fees on those were £6.78. I believe they were promoted. Yeah, they sold on promoted. Sorry, I'm looking over to the side at my computer screen and I've got my little notebook of numbers in front of me, so sorry if I don't continually look at the screen. But yeah, they sold for £35.50. Fees were £6.78. They cost me £2 and it gave me a profit of £27.27. So I was more than happy with that. I'm happy that they've gone. Next up is this Ted Baker top. This sold very, very quickly, and when I say very quickly, I mean in like an hour. It was listed, scheduled to go live at 8 AM and it sold at 8:57 AM. So 57 minutes to be exact. This sold for £24.99. This was not on promoted listings. This sold on an organic listing and I paid £4.50 for this. So, and fees were £4.02, which gave me a profit of £17.02 on this item. And with that quick of a turnover, beautiful. If all of my sales could be that quick and sell for that much profit, I'd be laughing. I'd be absolutely laughing. Okay, next up we've got this monsoon Paisley maxi dress. This is very, very nice. It was like a really stretchy jersey fabric in a size 18 as well. I paid £6.50. No, I didn't, sorry. I paid £6. It went for £25. I think I had it listed for 30 and I sent out an offer for 25. So yeah, it's gone for 25. The fees were £5.05. It did go on promoted listings. I promote my listings at 3% at the moment, but I do change that every now and again. I go right down to the bottom, which is 2, and then I'll sometimes go up to 5. At the minute they're sitting on 3%. So my profit for that item was £14.50. The next item is this vintage Oprah by Richards, really beautiful magenta pink. It was like a pleated shirt dress. It was belted as well, which was really nice. It was in absolutely gorgeous condition considering it was vintage. The little buttons on it were like little gold roses. This, I did let it go for £13. I had it listed for 15. This came from a box of vintage dresses. No, not just dresses, just vintage women's clothing that I bought from, I think it was Pre-Loved Kilo, is it? If I've said that wrong, I'll put it on the screen. I bought this box like over 2 years ago. I know that's really embarrassing, and I've only just got around to listing them. It is what it is. The box just kind of got neglected. It got put aside. I didn't even open it. I just bought it around COVID time and I forgot about it. I don't really enjoy listing vintage stuff. I love looking at it. I quite like wearing a lot of it, but I just don't enjoy listing it because I don't know very much about it, so it takes me a long time. But this has gone for £13. It's sold via promoted listings again, so my fees on this one were £3.08, so my profit on this was only £6.97, but it did sell relatively quickly. I mean, after I finally got it listed, it sold relatively quickly, just a couple of days I believe. Next up is this Handmade crochet cardigan. This I sourced off Vinted. I got loads of them. I'm guessing it was like a little shop that sold them because they were selling loads. They were selling like sleeveless cardigans. They were selling little crochet tops. They are all beautiful. They're a pain in my butt to list because obviously they're handmade. They've got no labels or anything like sizing labels on them. Beautifully made, may I add. They're really nice. And I bought loads of them. They worked out, I've put £1 each, but to be honest, it was probably closer to 50p, but I've put £1 because just to be, you know, on the safe side. And it sold for £14. I've sold a few of them. I think I bought around about 12 items, and over half of them have gone already, I believe. Some have gone on Poshmark, some have gone on eBay. Yeah, sold for £14, paid £1. It went on as an organic listing, not promoted as well, which is nice because that's less fees. Fees were £2.60, so my profit on that item was £10.95. Next up is this pair of Emma Bridgewater mugs. I've had this for a long time. I bought quite a lot of stock a couple of years back from an Emma Bridgewater sale. I don't recommend doing that if you don't know what you're doing. I just really like Emma Bridgewater. I thought I'd give it a go, and all of it's taken a long time to sell. Like, we're here 2 to 3 years later and I've still got it. Like, most of it is sold now, but it's taken a long time. Obviously a lot of people buy from these sales, these markdown sales, so the market on eBay gets very flooded, so it's going to take a long time to sell. These have gone abroad, and I think they paid like £50 in total for these mugs. I paid £11.95 for them. They've gone for £29.99. My fees, did they go on promoted? They went on promoted listings, so obviously I paid a little bit more because of that. My fees were £5.87, so I got £12.72p for that sale, so I did double my money, but it took me years to do that, so was it worth it? Plus they're going abroad. We are going to have to wrap them within an inch of their life so that they don't break, because unfortunately we did send out, I mean, I think I bought about 4 or 5 of this pair, and yeah, we've sent one out and the handle snapped off, so we now have to be like super over the top with wrapping them. But yeah, so I wouldn't do that again. I think I'm kind of trying to steer clear of breakables a little bit more, unless I really love it, which, you know, I love mugs, so. Okay, next up we have a pair of men's Levi's jeans. These were the 512 bootcut. We paid £3.99 for these. They didn't stick around too long, but they weren't like, they didn't move really quickly either. They sold for some reason, there we go, they sold for £20. I couldn't find it on the screen for some reason. I really should be wearing my glasses so that I can see the screen better, but I'm not. They sell for £20, Our fees were £4.24. They sold via Promoted, and that left us with a profit of £12.32. I quite like selling jeans, to be honest. I find that they are so easy to measure, to photograph, easy to store. You just fold them up, stick them in a bag, in a box, then they're fine. Like, they don't take up that much room, and then when it comes time to ship them, really easy. Like, I like selling them. I think they sell relatively well, because people, especially like style, like branded and styled jeans, because people have their favourites, so they look for them online. Next up is this Sloggi bra. I bought this from wholesale when I came back out of hospital, so almost 2 years ago, because I was struggling to get out of bed because I was like recovering from brain surgery. So I had like my little light box, my little portable plug-in light box, my laptop, and I was literally working in bed listing like brand new wholesale underwear just to keep my shop moving, because I'd taken so much time off work and I was bored, so bored of just sitting in bed doing nothing, but I couldn't stand up, so I was just working from my bed. I've still got a few of these left, but they have dwindled down now. They were an absolute godsend at the time. Would I buy them again? Maybe, but I prefer selling clothing because it's more fun for me. Like, I find it more enjoyable. These are very boring, but they do sell. I sold it for £19.99, and was it on? Yeah, it was on a promoted listing. So obviously some of extra fees on there. That extra 3%. It cost around about £5. It was about £5 per unit for this lot, but I can't be sure exactly because I was out of my brain at the time, recovering, and I didn't actually record the per unit cost, which was really silly of me. But the fees were £5.53. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. I do apologise. The fees were £3.85, but then I did have to add postage on top of that because I sold these as free postage. My postage charge is usually £3.50. These I did free postage because the market was free postage, like competitive market on eBay. So I did the same. I came out with £8.39 on that, which is fine. It takes up barely any room, really easy to list, really like quick, but we had it for a while. Okay, next up is this Nomads dress. This is brand new with tags, but it was missing about. We paid £5 for it. And did it go? Yeah, it went on promoted again. As you can see, quite a lot is going on promoted. I know that promoted listings is a not a sore subject or a touchy subject, but it's very much you either are for them or you're against them, and that is absolutely fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. At the minute, I am for them, but I do go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, no, don't want to use promoted listings, but at the same time, for an extra 3%, if it's going to give me sales, I'm going to use them. Anyway, we won't. That is a discussion for a different video. It cost me £5. It sold for £27.99 on promoted listings. The fees were £5.53, and the profit gave us, well, they gave us £18.01 profit. I had this for quite a while, I won't lie. I don't think the photos were very good, to be fair. I could have photographed this better, but it stuck around for a while, and it was a gorgeous dress as well, so like I don't think I did it justice with the photography. I think I could have done a better job. Next up is this DKNY black and white gingham dress. This was beautiful, but then I was going to say I'm a sucker for gingham, and I'm wearing gingham. There you go, it proves it, doesn't it? This sold for £22.99. This was not promoted listings, this was organic, and it cost £5. The fees were £3.77, leaving us with a profit of £14.77 on that item. Next up is this Hobbs 100% silk long sleeve top. I paid £5 for this because it was 100% silk. Maybe shouldn't have done that, but I did. So there's no point there's no point regretting it now, is there? But it did sell. It sold on an organic listing as well, so less fees. The fees were £3.38, which left us with a profit of £12.17, and you know, it takes up like barely any room. It's why I like clothing, because it's so easy to ship and it's easy to photograph. Obviously it takes a little while when it comes to listing it, because you have to include your measurements and things, and there's an abundance of it. You can find it anywhere. You can literally find it anywhere, and people always need it. Like, you're not allowed to walk around naked in this country, so we always need clothing. Anyway, let's move on to a sale that I really did not enjoy packing and charged the wrong amount of postage for, and just overall don't regret selling them, because you know, a sale's a sale and somebody's going to enjoy them. Whereas, I do apologise, my computer had an opinion, whereas if they'd sat in a charity shop and not sold, they probably would have gone to landfill. These were cute little, well, I say cute, it depends on your opinions about clowns. They were clown mugs, little vintage pastel mugs by the brand Just Mugs. A set of 3, a blue, a green and a pink one. I bought 2 sets of these, so I've got another one listed that I'm going to have to pack up eventually. The temptation to just donate it is high, but I'm not doing that. I spent 75p on each set, because each mug was 25p each. These sold for a grand total of a tenner for the 3, and they went on promoted listings as well, so more fees. Fees were £2.58, and I messed up on postage because I accidentally charged Royal Mail postage, and with the amount of padding that you have to use for 3 mugs, they weren't going Royal Mail postage. So I ended up with £6.17 from that sale, which, you know, it's not the end of the world, but for the time that it took to pack them up, it wasn't worth it, to be honest with you. It wasn't worth it. Next up, we got this pair of Skechers Yoga Foam sandals. These are really nice, and I very nearly kept them. They were very comfortable. In a UK size 4, we paid £4 for these. They went on promoted listings, so again that extra 3%, which meant fees were £4.48, and that gave us, did I tell you, they went for £21.50, sorry, which left us with a profit of £13.57. They went really quickly, so I was happy enough with that. I probably could have got a bit more. I think I listed them for £25 for a quick flip, but they were only a size 4, which is not the most popular size. It's great that, for me personally, that size 4s go a little bit cheaper, because I'm a size 4 myself. However, not great when you're trying to sell them. Next up is a little bit of a better shoe sale. These are Tevas. First time ever finding Tevas. These sold for £30. We did spend £7 on these, but they were in really nice conditions. I thought it was worth it. And they sold really quickly as well, like really quickly. They're in a size 7. Fees were £5.87. They sold on promoted listings, and we were left with a profit of £17.68. So a bit closer to that £20 mark, which is where ideally one day I would like to be, at £20 profit per item. But you always have to have some filler in your shop as well. But at the minute, the majority of my shop is filler. But we're getting there. We'll get there eventually. Next up is a nice sale. These were beautiful, to be fair, but then I love Cos. These were Cos dark navy blue lightweight trousers in a size 10. I only paid £4 for these, which was a proper bargain, I think. They were really nice. They sold on promoted listings, which meant that fees were £7.51. That was quite a hefty fee, because these sold for $39.99. So obviously the more you sell it for, the higher your fees are going to be. It left us with a profit of £29.03, which is great, because that's well over that £20 profit, which I'm really happy with. Next up is this Kettlewell floral jersey top. This went pretty quickly, so I'm pleased with this. Didn't get a huge amount of profit, but I'm happy. We paid £3.50. It was an organic listing, which meant that the fees were £3.58, and it went for, what did it go for? £21.50. So the profit on this item was £14.97. So, like, for how quickly it went, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Then we've got this Kim & Co maxi dress. This is in a size small. I find that Kim & Co sells really, really well for me. This went for $29.99, and it was a pre-owned dress. Like, I put it up for that price expecting to maybe take around about 25, but this sold full price. It went on promoted listings, which is your extra 3%. It cost £4. The fees were £5.87, and it left us with a profit of £20.67, which is meeting that £20 profit that I want to be at. Next is a Cath Kidston mug, which I did show in one of my haul videos. This, I'm really surprised at how much money this mug got. I am really surprised. It sold for £16.99, and then obviously postage on top of that. It's a Stanley mug, and it's in the, is it Providence Rose? No, Provence Rose. It'll say anyway on the screen. It's right in front of me, but I just can't read it very well. I paid £1.50. It sold via promoted listings again, but it gave us a profit of £12.32. The fees were £3.72. So it went pretty quickly for how easy it was to photograph and list. But then you have to kind of weigh up the packaging of it. Cath Kidston mugs I'll still pick up. I'll still pick up the Stanley mugs anyway. But like I said, I'm trying to be better behaved with mugs, but it's not going particularly well. Next up is another vintage dress, just like the Oprah one, Oprah by Richards, that pink one that I showed earlier on. This was from the same box, and this sold very quickly, like really quickly, and it was beautiful. This was a handmade one, about size 8 to 10. Like, I included all the measurements and stuff, and I explained that it was handmade. It sold for $29.99. It was gorgeous, to be fair, absolutely beautiful. It sold on promoted listings, which meant that the fees were £5.87. It cost around the £3.50 mark, and that left us with a profit of £21.17, which is lovely. And then the final item I'm going to show you is actually one from my Thrift Plus haul. Well, one of my Thrift Plus hauls. This is a pair of Aldo or Aldo. I say Aldo, but pronounce it however you desire. They are in a gorgeous pastel blue. They were like quilted. They're in a size 4. No, size 4.5, sorry. The temptation to keep these was really, really high. However, so were the heels. And I cannot walk in high heels, regardless as the fact, like, let's ignore the fact that I'm visually impaired and I have to use a white cane to get around. Even before I was visually impaired, I've never been able to walk in heels, unless they're those chunky block heels, you know. I'm so clumsy, I just can't. These cost £4.38, and they sold on an organic listing, which we love. The fees were £3.77, and they sold for £23, which left us with a profit of £15.40. So there we go. Those are 20 recent sales. Hopefully you found it a bit more helpful having all of those numbers included, rather than me just being like, this is what sold. I'm hoping that gives a little bit more transparency. I know that it was a lot of talking, a lot of throwing numbers at you, so do let me know in the comments whether you would prefer me to include all of the numbers, the profit, the cost of goods, in my next sales video, or whether you'd just like me to go back to how I used to do them and just be like, this is what I sold. But yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. As always, I really appreciate every single one of you. Have the most wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everybody.